Fight, 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 fight.
Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small, humble law firm in central Minnesota. Hey, guys, I am so fucking happy to be back. I am ecstatic to be back. We're going to go through it all. We're going to talk about it a little bit. I'm going to do some pontificating about this. I realize I'm late, and we're going to talk about everything. My life has been fucking weird since coming back. And we'll get into it a little bit. We're going to talk about kind of some thoughts from my vacation. I don't want to call them like revelations, because that's super gay and like, oh, you guys, like I found like life or what, like that's, it's kind of true, but it's also super, super gay. It is Pride Month though. So gay is okay. We're told, we're told that we have to know not only that gay is okay, but you can't kiss the ring, right? So you got to kiss the sphincter, because it's Pride Month, you fucking bigot. But we're going to talk about all of that. I just want to say a couple things, a couple dick sucky things. Guys, I love you. I really do. And I didn't post a bunch of, I didn't post much at all. Like I didn't post hardly anything on my vacation. I didn't. And I thought about apologizing for it. And then I just said, nah, I can't apologize for it. It's how it played out. There's a bunch of reasons that I have for it. And if you're mad about it, if that bothers you, if it rankles you, you're like, oh, it's unreliable, whatever. Cool. Deuces. I love you. Find your way back sometime. I'll be here. It's all good. But yeah, I got to our vacation and I looked at all the stuff I brought and I was like, I cannot set up a mic and camera and do it. And I know that sounds really whatever, because it's like, well, you're just talking to a camera, but trust me, it was not going to happen. It was not going to work. I put my fucking phone in a drawer, and it was some of the best 2 weeks ever, because I needed the disconnect. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that shit. But I do want to talk about some shit I kind of like experienced with the break from social media. We get wrapped up in this shit. We get locked into social media, and not having it for 2 weeks was an interesting exercise. I'm not going to be one of those weirdos who's like, oh, you gotta cut social media from your life forever. It's terrible. Like, I mean, yes, probably, but it's impractical to say that shit. But I do want to talk about just kind of some thoughts I had, some experiences or whatever I had from it. If you're looking for crazy vacation stories, not really much to report there. I mean, did a ton of fun stuff. It was great. Good time with the family. And I'll talk about it very generally, but like, I don't have, it's not like I was on some like crazy rager or whatever. It was just very chill, connecting with regular people that I may see again and I may never, ever, ever encounter. And a bunch of people who didn't know who I was. And that was really, really kind of cool for a little bit. We're going to talk about that to start the stream. If that sounds like it makes you want to die, don't worry. After a little bit of time, we're going to get into this reality that we're in. While I was gone, the world went fucking crazy. Like, this Trump shit is going fucking crazy. I have lots of thoughts about it. We've got this weird Call of Duty thing going on because it's Pride Month, and Pride now doesn't mean gay. And can we stop pretending anybody gives a fuck about like who's gay and who's not? Like, I'm sorry, gays, welcome to mundanity. You've made it. Nobody cares that you put your penis in a butthole instead of a vagina, or that something goes in you that would normally go in someone else. Nobody gives a shit. We don't care. Like, go to fucking work like the rest of humanity. Go to fucking work. Do something. It's cool. You have a month. Great. Wave your fucking flag around. Can you guys get on board with us, though? Can you get on board with us for just a minute? And look, you know you know me. I love the gays. They're great. Get on board with us, though, that you guys may have, I'll even acquiesce. There may have been a time in the United States where you need a little pick-me-up, a little boost. I'm okay with saying that, right? Can you get on board, though, and say that pedophiles don't get a Pride Month? Like, they don't need the month of June. Like, you guys got your month. You worked really hard for it. You sat around. Like, you did a bunch of shit that I don't want to do. You wear a bunch of leather and stuff. Cool. Like those gay little hats and vests. And I always picture Legal Vices wearing those. Sorry, brother. Like, I know you don't, but like, when I think like, the big, like the bear look, like the leather vest with the little hat and the chaps, but no motorcycle to make sense out of it. Like, I picture Legal Vices. I don't know. Maybe he's gay. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You got your little month. You got your thing and your recognition. And now all of a sudden, they're like, and pedos. And you got to be like, well, what? I mean, wait a minute. Like, wait. I don't know if that's the same thing as like I just like the same parts that I have, but that's kids, though. Can we all just rally around that for a minute and just recognize that? And welcome to it. Again, welcome to it. When you get on the ladder of mundanity and you go up it, or, you know, Sargon would call it the progressive stack and going like down it. But the ladder of mundanity and going up it, whatever it is, when you get there and you're like, hi, cis white people, we're like around the same as you. He's like, yeah, you're just a gay guy. Nobody fucking cares anymore. It's like, yeah, you got pubes stuck in your teeth, but it's just guy pubes versus girl pubes. Nobody gives. Once that happens, though, everybody wants to swing off the shit that you fought for. Welcome. Welcome. You'll be bigots with the rest of us very soon. So we're going to talk about like the pride shit is going crazy. It's Pride Month, and that has spilled over into the enigmatic social commentary arena that is Call of Duty, right? Because what is even happening on Earth if it's not on Call of Duty? I don't know. Oh, hey, Legal Vices, you're in here. Hey, just ignore what I said. It's fine. Plus, stop sending me pictures of the vests. Like, I get that you like them, but if it's not on Call of Duty, then it didn't happen in real life. And Call of Duty is having a moment. The interesting thing, both right before my vacation, and as I'm reading now, like kind of during it and now after, we are in this reverse disobedience, it's not civil disobedience because this isn't a rebellion against government. It's a rebellion against ESG. It's a rebellion against corporate control of social mores, social norms, normative behavior, ethics. All of these things play in at different levels, right? Like you got your mores, like you don't stand if there's two urinals next to each other and then there's a third urinal and someone's in this one, you don't stand in the one next to them. You stand in the one, you give them 2 feet of space. They should just not have a urinal next to the urinal. You just have 2 feet of wall there, right? But they do. So you just leave that one. Half of urinals go unused. Ladies, you may not know this, but that's how it is. We're like, well, I don't want to stand next to that guy. His pee spatter might hit me. That's gross. So that's a social more. Like you just don't stand there. And then you have social norms, right? Like if you do end up next to someone, you don't like hold their hand or grab their penis because that's really weird to do that. Like standing next to someone is uncomfortable. Unacceptable is a norm. And then you have ethics. Ethics are the set of rules that a society will create. And the moral behavior is living within those rules. Corporations are not targeting mores and norms anymore. They did for a while. They target that more behavior. They target that normative activity. It's like, oh, no, it's fine if a trans person comes into your bathroom. I mean, why would it be weird for a man to go in a woman's bathroom? It's like, well, like we don't automatically assume that every man who goes into a woman's bathroom is going to rape everybody. but people are uncomfortable. It goes against our social normative behavior. We've divided these things by gender forever. And why am I hateful for like just acknowledging that for the past however long that anyone remembers that we just did this? Like that's normative behavior. Ethics are different. Ethics are the set of rules that society enforces. It's not about comfort. It's not about convenience. It's not about feeling awkward. It's about your requirement to be a quote unquote good moral person is dependent on the ethical set that you have. Now, I'm not talking about objective morality. I'm not talking about objective truth. That's a whole different discussion and unimportant in this context. All right. Because whatever objective truth reality there is, and I believe there is one, ethics set the rules that we live under currently. And those rules can be vastly different than objective morality, right? The objective set of ethics. For Christians, it would be God, right? For people who listen to Lady Gaga, it would be putting your head in a toilet bowl. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Corporations are now targeting the ethics. They've shot to the top. They're saying, if you don't accept this, you are immoral. And to help you along, we're going to force feed the ethic into every fucking nook and cranny of your life. Every aspect of what you do will be pushed by our ethics. And then you will live under our rules, or you will not be able to participate in the society that we have now molded. If you don't listen to our morals, well, then you won't be able to shop. And that's the goal, right? The goal is to control behavior through the private sector because the government can't do it. We built a system that makes it really hard for the government to do this to us, but really easy for the government to politely cooperate with corporations who get to enforce that. Well, it's a private corporation. You can't touch them. They get their free speech. Okay, well, we get ours too. And there has been an overt rebellion against the pushing of ethics that go against civil society. The reshaping of society is a massive undertaking. And it's being attempted. And we'll push back. And they'll gain an inch instead of a yard. And then they'll push again and again and again. This is progressivism in a nutshell. It's not nefarious. It's just how it works. It's the long game, forever. But we're seeing a massive backlash, and we're seeing some of these corporations really kind of get hit by it. The trick is not to be lulled into security. Why am I talking about all this now? This will be the latter part of the show. We're also going to touch on Trump. I love it when you touch me. Terrific touches, wonderful, gentle caresses. We're going to talk about Trump, what's going on with all of this shit, in my personal opinion, and the dangers that are being pushed by a Democratic administration that believes they have achieved permanency. That's a preview of the show. I hope you're into it. If you're not, take your sock off, put it in your teeth, and tie it behind your head, big boy. Because I'm going in whether you want it or not. Anyway, I'm very juiced up to be back. Very happy to be back. Did I look at the indictment? No. But we are going to have some of those legal streams coming up very soon where we're looking into a lot of stuff that's going on. Dave Ramsey is being sued. Big, interesting shit going on there. I talked about it a little bit on Camelcast. I'm not going to get into it today. There's other stuff, and we're going to start getting back into some legal documents here in the weeks as this shit unfolds. The Trump indictment, I'm going to give you general perspective on what's going on from my opinion later. We'll get into the indictment's contents on another show. We'll get into that shit. We'll track some Supreme Court stuff that's been going on as this stuff goes. As always, we've got mountains and mountains of time. So that's what we're going to get into. Today is really about getting back in the saddle because it's nerve-wracking to not do a show for 2 weeks and then to come back and do it. It's nerve-wracking. It's like it's like riding a bicycle, but doing it like without a seat. You're like, well, I don't know if that's gonna fit. And so so this is kind of to ease back into it, reconnect with you guys a little bit, and kind of just tell some stories, have a good time, but also hit some serious topics. And then we'll do some deeper dives going on. Before anybody asks, you probably have already asked, but before anybody asks and expects an answer, no, there are no updates in my lawsuit. We are now past 60 days from the hearing. The judge does not have to answer or issue a ruling yet, but we do have a scheduling conference coming up in July, and the judge probably should issue a ruling prior to the scheduling conference, because scheduling conference can either be necessary or moot, depending on how the judge rules. I don't know. We'll have to see. But if you want like the secret inside info, I know as much as everybody else. There has been no ruling. There is no news. There's nothing been happening. I've been gone. So the one fucking weirdo who emails like everybody I know all the time talking about that Ricada or whatever, and comes up with the craziest stories. I cannot imagine how chafed this guy's penis must be. But because I mean he's a little bit obsessed. Kathy Bates, but a male and like weirder looking. Anyway, that guy was like struggling to find new content, but I wasn't posting anything. But yeah, there's nothing that's actually happened in the lawsuit. I will love to immediately report. And guys, you know me, like if it's the worst news ever for me, I'm still gonna tell you. It's not like you can hide from reality. Okay, so I have no benefit in saying or like not saying what's going on. I desperately want to know. And for anyone who wants to ask about my ethics complaints, I just have to assume that they're gone because I've gotten zero communications about them, and we're well past any deadlines I would have to comply with. I complied with all my stuff. Like there's nothing new. So I'm just going to assume the ethics complaints are done, finito, finished. They're dismissed because they're obviously stupid. Like, and Schneider knows this is one thing that people need to understand about lawyers. It's like when a lot of times when they do something that appears stupid, they know it appears stupid, but they have a reason. Schneider was trying to apply pressure in multiple places. He doesn't believe a fucking word of what he said. He does not believe that I actually threatened to rape him in court. He's being a fucking cunt and trying to like get a leg up. He's trying to do this stuff. He's trying to put pressure in different places, cost me money, waste my time, stuff like that. That's what he's trying to do. It's pretty common sort of strategy. I haven't heard anything about those things for months. I'm going to assume they're gone, which means sometime in the very near future, I'll be reading you guys all of my responses and communications with the ethics board. I'm not going to not talk about it. They can't order me to not talk about it. They haven't ordered me to not talk about it. And I've just been waiting for it to be resolved to go ahead and go through all of it. You guys can see how I have handled it. Many lawyers would completely disagree with how I handled the situation. Of course, which is fine. I don't care what other lawyers do ever. But I'm going to go through it with you guys, tell you how and why I handled it a certain way. And the main gist of it is, if your justification for your actions is I have a right to my freedom of speech, then what you can't do is be a bitch and come up with excuses as to why you exercised your right. Rights don't need reasons. Rights are just rights. And so you will see I do not shy away from anything I am accused of saying. If I said it, I said it. If I didn't say it, I didn't say it. But if I said it, it's not like I'm going to be, well, I have this reason that I said it. The reason is fuck you. I'm going to say whatever the hell I want, and you can't stop me. The First Amendment exists and is real. But we'll go through that. I've been waiting for confirmation that it's done, but it's been, I mean, I think we're well in excess of 90 days on this shit. So it's got to be finished at this point. So we'll be going through that. And if it's not finished, fuck it. I guess they can complain about me continuing to exercise free speech. I just like to have things like this resolved before getting into them. But if it's not resolved and they send me a bitchy letter, then I'll say, well, you guys, you never call, you never text, and you stopped emailing. So I thought we broke up. But now that we're back together, that's great. Here's why. There's nothing wrong with me talking about this process that you have. Your privacy of the process is to protect me, not you. So if I make it public, that's me not protecting myself. Very clear sort of process with ethics complaints. I've talked about them before. They're anonymous. They're not open to the public, generally speaking. But the reason is because the accused is only accused. If the accused doesn't mind that people know that they're accused, well, what the fuck are you protecting? What privacy is there? So anyway, we'll be doing that coming up. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about. First of all, my boy Camelot, how you doing, brother? Has raided the stream. Welcome, 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 Naked Snake aficionados to the show. I love you all. Thank you for always giving me a warm welcome when I come over to Camelot's place. Thanks for coming out and hanging out here with us as well. Very happy to be back and talk with Camelot. That was earlier today. I was on from 8:30 to 10 on his show. Go check it out. If you missed it, it's good times. We talked about a whole bunch of different stuff, but very, very fun show as always. Welcome, y'all. I've got one more thing. I've got a new show that I want to work into a regular thing. And I'm kind of retooling how I do some stuff. So I put in a bunch of these regular things before my vacation, like the Monday Nights with Joe, which I love. What the Fuck Wednesday, which I love. And also the Friday show with Camelot and in the whole panel, which I love. Not everybody loves them. And I don't always love the individual shows. And I really don't like constraining myself to a specific thing. Like if I don't want to do one of the Friday panel shows, but I'm like, it's Friday, I got to do it. That doesn't feel organic. And I really am trying to get out of forcing myself into inorganic content. That's an ongoing struggle with content creation. Make it organic and it's normal, then you enjoy it, then it's better. It's just a better show. So I'm rethinking and retooling that stuff. I don't have immediate changes there, but I am adding another show, but I don't know if it's going to have a regular schedule because I don't like that, but I want it to be frequent. Whether the schedule is regular or not, I want it to be frequent. And it's called Direct Examination with Rekieta Law. And it will be me doing pointed interviews with people. And most of the people I'll be interviewing are not people I've had on the show before. They're not going to be like regular returning guests. It's not that. These are interviews to get to know someone's story, which is, that's what I'm passionate about in general, is learning people's stories, hearing where they came from, hearing where they are. And some of these people you'll hopefully know, possibly know. Some of them you may not. They may be completely regular or mundane people with an interesting story to tell. The first guest for Direct Examination, it might be as early as Thursday, but I gotta solid confirm this, is one of my personal heroes. Have you guys heard of something called Dungeons and Dragons? So Dungeons and Dragons has a setting in it. And that setting is called the Forgotten Realms. It's a fantasy setting. It's probably one of the most published fantasy works on the planet. The guy who created it is named Ed Greenwood. He created the Forgotten Realms. The Forgotten Realms is the kind of the core. I don't like saying that, but it's like the core setting of D&D. And so for my first interview of this Direct Examination style, which is going to be like a 2-hour focused interview. Tell me your story, kind of how a Direct Examination goes. I'll ask a couple very open questions and try to elicit an interesting story. Ed Greenwood is one of the most published fantasy authors on the planet. And yet in the D&D movie, which I believe happens in the Forgotten Realms setting, he's not even credited. They have cut him out of what he has made. And it's an unreal concept to have created a multi-billion-dollar property and to have nothing from it, not even your name on a movie credit. It's fucking ridiculous, right? The guy's amazing. He's created my favorite Dungeons and Dragons lore character, which is Elminster. He wrote the Elminster books. I love him. I think he's fantastic. And I would like you guys to get to know him as well. I've had the opportunity to chat with him by text a couple times. And I'm always like giddy. I'm like fucking talking to Ed Greenwood, right? It's super cool. So these are kind of the stories I want you guys to hear about. Like, how did this guy make this thing that is becoming ubiquitous? I mean, D&D was nerd shit forever. D&D is still nerd shit, don't get me wrong. But D&D's influence on normal popular culture is growing and expanding as Hasbro acquires Wizards of the Coast, who acquired TSR. Like, D&D is very mainstream today. It wasn't always. And the mainstreamness means there's a lot of money involved, and of course, a lot of watering down, and story elements are changing. And there's always that potential to cast someone off. But where did it start? What's he been up to? What's he doing going forward? That's the type of stuff we want to talk about. That's the Direct Examination show. It's going to start with Ed Greenwood, and then I'm going to be looking to book a ton of people. And I'm going to say it right now, so there's no weird expectations, even though everybody's going to forget this or whatever. During the Direct Examination portion, I'm going to dedicate like 2 hours to really focused conversation with a person. And then if they want to like hang around and do a lot of chat participation, great. But during that time, it's going to be we're going to be minimal on the super chats and stuff like that. It's really about getting to know a person's story. And if they want to hang around, do super chats and crazy shit after, great. If they don't, awesome. Thank you so much for your time. And there's a bunch of people on my list that are various levels of fame, infamy, success, unsuccess, all of that stuff. So that's coming. With that, let me hit some of the super chats that have come in. Thank you so much, by the way, for all of that. And then I'll start telling you a little bit about how fucking crazy life has been in the past 3 days. Okay. Let's see. Where the fuck are we? Damn, my brain. The Dragon's Treasure. Hey, what's up, man? He says, welcome back, old man. The past couple weeks, I have felt simultaneously ancient and youthful and vigorous. It's been great. To celebrate, I'm bringing back Code Nose for everyone at the Dragon's Treasure. Hook up with tea, our new coffee, and soon flavored coffee, roasted by me personally. Code Nose gets you 10% off your order. That's thedragonstreasure.com, a haven for tea and anime lovers. Frederick Little, welcome back, Nick. I hope you and the family had a great vacation. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Why do I look so haggard? You're going to find out in a minute. Juki says, glad to have you back, Nick. Thank you so much, Juki. TR Greater Rex says, hey, Nick, glad you had a good vacation. You deserve it, man. It was my 27th birthday, Saturday, June 10th. Would you mind idling a belated toast? Absolutely. Oh, I'm also happy to announce that I am joining. I think I mentioned this before. Some of you have asked me about Cameo as a platform. I'm not joining Cameo, but I am joining Shoutout, which is kind of the Crowder version of Cameo. That should be coming very soon. I've got the information to get set up on there and join their platform. And then, we'll kind of figure out where to go from there. But that'll be like, if people want, I mean, there's one thing to get toast on the shows and stuff like that. But if you want to, you took the money, you son of a bitch. I've not been paid a dime to join Shoutout. I'm hoping to make money on Shoutout, absolutely. But they did not pay me to join, no. They invited me to join the platform. Happy to do so. If you want like toasts or birthday stuff or just me reading them a story about gays or whatever, that's what that's for. But we'll talk about that very soon. I just got the information today to get signed up. So. Okay. Oh shit. I'm supposed to toast you. TR Greater Rex. Happy birthday. Happy 27th birthday on Saturday. One of my daughter's birthday was on Saturday, which is awesome. Dude, 27. You're almost to the place. You're almost to the place, if you're male, I think you are, that people will respect you because of the arbitrary numbers associated with your birth. Like, your ideas won't be better. Your abilities might be marginally refined, but suddenly people will start listening to you. It's coming, brother. Stick with it. Enjoy your 20s as a 20-year-old. Well, as a 20s person. And then enjoy the respect, the undeserved integrity, and all of the shit that comes with having that 3 in your name. It's like suddenly a man is worth something when he's 30. It's usually around 34. Sorry to break it. But suddenly a man becomes worth something when there's a 3 in his age. It's like, okay. But right now, no one respects you. All of your ideas are dog shit. Go get it. Have fun. Be a good person. Enjoy people. Cheers. Oh, and happy birthday. All right. Alex Jones, welcome to Paralegal Status. Matthew Self says, welcome back, sir. Vacations are needed. It's the recharge we all need. Also, Legal Mindset is less than 100 subs from 100K. Make sure to push him over the goal. Guys, my boy Legal Mindset, if you're not subscribed to him, go check him out. Let's get him over 100K. Less than 100 subs. God, we can do this right now. We can push that motherfucker over 100K. Let's get him there. He's been a terrific friend ever since I met him. Funny guy, awesome guy, very wise, and he knows his legal shit. He knows his life shit. Go check him out. We the Rabble says, hey Nick, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, brother. I quit drinking a few months ago. Knock a few back on my behalf. I'm not knocking a few back tonight, brother. Try to remind me why that's a good choice. A toast would be cool too. Thanks, man. Dude, it's not a good choice. It's not a bad choice. It is a choice that is neutral. The goodness and the badness is always in your context. If you are not someone who should be drinking, do not drink. If you're able to drink, enjoy it. If you're able to drink now and not able to drink later, then stop. If you need to take a break, take a break. That's on you. That's on you. Your life is in control. This substance does not control you. Neither does anyone's opinion about any substance. This, ice cream, whatever it is. Do what is right for you. And then stop doing it when it's wrong. Cheers to you, man. Gain that wisdom. Happy birthday. Oh shit, did he already make it to 100K? Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. That's great. Jessica Reloaded says, welcome back, Fig. Hey, how you doing, girl? Thank you for the warm welcome. Moncor002 says, you were gone. Am I ever really gone? Or am I just lingering in the curtains? Amazing Wireless 2 with a huge donation. Thank you so much. It says, why do the Pride people think they own the month of June? Because some fucking weirdo at some point in the government or somewhere, I don't know if it was even government, just decided that it was like, well, the gays need a whole month. I don't know. I don't care. I don't recognize Pride Month. I mean, I celebrate it, of course, as an honorary gay. I celebrate Pride Month as hard as possible. Like, I put on my chaps and I connect chains all over the place. And then I go, to the public libraries and read books to school children, as one does. But I don't know why it happened. I couldn't tell you. And I can tell you that it's complete fucking bullshit. And just like every other month of whatever, everybody who is part of the class that gets the month should fucking hate it. You should hate being singled out in this thing. Like, look at me for a month. Like, I actually just don't, because I'm just trying to live over, like what I wanted was to not be fired for being gay. Like, that's all I wanted. I don't want all the attention. That's the normal person. But I mean, if you go to parades or whatever, try to bang dudes, I guess, like, have fun. Not my thing. Hey, what's up, Kurt? I see you in the chat, brother. How you doing, man? Hope you're going well. I got to connect with you really soon. D What says gay. Legal Vices says insert overly defensive and not gay comment here. Impossible. How you doing, man? Looking forward to chatting again soon. Lefty Lulls, welcome back, brother. Good to be watching a stream again. Got my mic and cam set up today. Nice. Excited to start my own. Hope your vacation was a complete blast. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Relaxing, recharging, invigorating, fun. Like, I'm not going to run through a bunch of crazy stories, but I did a bunch of just fun shit. Maybe I'll tell a little bit, but I mean, it was really just meeting people. It was being an extrovert in reality versus on fucking social media, which needs some goddamn chemotherapy. Anyway, Aisha Frazier says, welcome back, Nick. Hey, thank you, girl. Glad to be back. Jim Satala. So I finally watched that anime you said was the greatest ever made. Yeah, it's a good show, but I would have liked a warning about all the grapes. Lamau, I definitely warned you about Redo of the Healer, but it is fucking good, isn't it? Good shit. Good shit. Oh shit, Runkle. Yeah, brother. Hit me up. We got to do a show again soon. It's been way too long. That's on me, of course. We got to do a show again. Love you, man. Hope to see you soon. Chicken Little, the racist Chook, says the Wall of Liberty must be Wall of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with a fresh coat of maps and groomers. Hashtag Call of Groomers post ops. Oh, that's good. I like that one. Mostly Gluten says if you don't have super chats in the moment, or you are going to cover them in a different stream like Afternoon Tea with Az. Are you talking about with the interviews? We'll figure it out as we go. I'm just saying, like, I don't want people to donate expecting a bunch of like, here, let me ask you about all these super chat things. And I'll probably preface the shows with that, put it in the description, talk about it briefly. Cause I really want to get into the person story. I don't want the stories to get derailed, as fun as that is for these interviews. People can always come back and stuff like that. But for these interviews are about the person's story the most, not my interests, not the chat's interest. My job will be to literally elicit their story as best as I can and then let them tell it. And I'm going to try and get people who are good storytellers to do so. Jesus Davila says, can we get a toast in Kermit for chat? Well, thank you, chat, for being here today. I'm so happy that we got to hang around together and maybe sing a little song about rainbows. And wait, it's Pride Month. There's rainbows everywhere. So let's drink to rainbows. May the pot of gold not be a pot of butt plugs, but really just gold. Cheers. Rudy Toot one says, lost my friend Hippie Rod on Friday. That's like an uncle to me. Can I get a toast to a hard partying good dude? Helped me out a lot after I got back from Iraq. To Hippie Rod. A guy who was a true friend, a friend that became family, a friend that was there at the worst times to help us get into better times. His influence, his vigor, his spirit will be missed, but his impact will remain forever. Cheers to Rod. Jesus Davila gifted a membership. Thank you so much. And we've got one over on, a couple over on Rumble. And then we're into this. McCrae says, I think the gays are tired of Pride Month too, because the T's stole it. Yep. I would think so. Mishate says, glad to have you back. While you were gone, I narrowly survived bacterial meningitis. Can I get a toast in honor of life? Tomorrow is never guaranteed. A fact I was made well aware of. And I'm going to talk about that similar theme in just a second. A cheers to life, a cheers to living, a cheers to waking up in the morning. Something we don't think about, often take for granted until the moment's taken away. I'm glad you survived. A cheers to your health, to hopefully excellent medical care, and bodies wonderfully made to resist the worst shit on earth. Mostly Gluten says, I've been drinking, but you nailed it. Perfect. Same. Renegade Shuriken, been here since Vic, and you are an inspiration to men in this day and age. You stand up for your beliefs and your family. I don't understand the obsession with your personal life, but I always look forward to your takes. You rock. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. And you're gonna get a little bit of that. And I do have a lot to say about men that it's not gonna happen today, but it's flowing from this topic. Okay, let's briefly do this. I know we're already 40 minutes in. I'm getting back into it. Thank you for your patience with me. I was on vacation. I unplugged. I tried. I did. We went somewhere, went to a beach. No one knew who I was. I used a fake name. There's no baggage associated with being Rekieta Law or Nick Rekieta. It was excellent. It was wonderful. My kids had activities during the day, family stuff, good time spent with grandparents, good time spent with each other, with friends, all of that stuff. And then, because of the setup, we had babysitters at night. Lady Rackets and I got to spend time together as well. Amazing. Part of having a different name, part of not being me for a little bit, is the ability to disconnect. And I think that's why I had so much trouble streaming and even posting, because for a little bit, I got to the point where I just needed to not be me, which is weird. I've never gotten there before. I've never been that before, but it allowed me to just be and exist, be open, meet tons of people. I was more outgoing and extroverted on this trip than I've ever been in my life. It was fantastic. Like, it was just friendly with everybody. I didn't care. There's no resume. When you walk up to someone, you don't see like their pronouns, their politics. You don't see the past 10 stupid tweets they've made. You don't see any of that. You just walk up and say, hey, what's up, man? I'm so-and-so. Who the hell are you? Have a drink, chat, then go do something fun. Like, I don't know, sing a karaoke song. If you suck, no one knows who you are, so it doesn't matter. Go dance like a fucking idiot. Or just sit around and talk to people. Have conversations that will never matter in the grand scheme of things because they don't know you. You don't know them. That's how a lot of our interactions go. But it was real. It was this. When we're connected online, we get to preview the person. We get to prejudge them. We used to do it by, where are you? Like, are you safe, right? Is this person wearing a hoodie named Trayvon Martin? Are you safe in the room with this person? Our brains categorize people by their appearances very quickly. Some people call it prejudice. Most people call it fucking wisdom, right? Say, I have not been safe around this type of person. I don't know if I need to be apprehensive now. We no longer do that. Now we go online and we get this like little bio that someone has chosen to put out there. But a lot of times, and I'm gonna say it, we may have vibrant, vigorous disagreements with people online. And that screen, that wall of maybe 10,000 miles between us will allow us to say things to each other that you just wouldn't. They wouldn't say it back to you. Things cannot escalate in person the way that they do online. There's too many other people. There's too much tension. There's possibilities of violence. People get more guarded. And you get body language. You get all of that subtext beyond just letters on a page. Online, we're allowed to ramp up to 1 million because there's no consequence except maybe getting banned from something. But no one's going to put a bullet in you or a knife. No one's going to call the police because you're just fucking shit posting online. But in real life, like if things get too heated, you get thrown out of places. Police do get called. Lives get ruined. Lives get lost. There are physical, immediate ramifications for how we treat each other. And it was amazing to sit and just stew in that reality that if you're me, if you're 41, if you're around my age, you grew up in this reality. You remembered what it was like to not be able to just shit talk whoever because somebody was fucking bigger and scarier than you. Someone was a little unhinged. Now you can shit talk anybody in the world. I can shit talk Conor McGregor right now. He can't do anything about it. 1, because he's short. 2, because he's Irish and basically fucking retarded. And 3, because he's nowhere near me and never will be. I could shit talk anybody right now and not worry about a fist coming into my, bust this beautiful Polish nose. But in reality, we're compelled to civility, if not friendliness. And I encourage friendliness. You'll meet great people. You'll have good times. You won't give a fuck what they think about Trump. And if you do, if you are that asshole, if you're that one motherfucker who's out at like a bar or a restaurant or whatever, and you cannot fucking stop talking in person about politics or religion or something, fist yourself and leave the earth on the next SpaceX rocket. For the love of Christ. I don't care what you do online. I don't care how you interact with people online. Do it. Be the worst motherfucker on the planet if that's what you like. I don't give a shit. But if you were that guy who will ruin every fucking person-to-person interaction by telling me about your whatever belief that you just can't let go of, please stop being that person. Please, please, please. We've gotten so fucking comfortable putting all this shit out in public, because we do every day on the internet. Don't be that person in real life. Take a break from you. You need it. Trust me, I talked to some of you. You need it. And if you're having trouble in your interpersonal interactions, maybe examine what you're talking about and where your focus is. And just meet people. Have fun. Have a drink. Have a conversation about fucking nothing. Find out what they do for work. Who cares? And then 10 minutes later, dude, it's cool to meet you. Peace the fuck off. It's great. It's great. So anyway, I needed to be reminded what being offline was like. It was amazing to be back in the days before Twitter. I mean, even back to Facebook days or MySpace days, where like the conversations were a little more impactful, but whatever, preferably before that. But anyway, it was great. And I got to do some stupid shit. Like I got to win a dancing contest. I got to win a singing competition. Like not like a big one, just, a bunch of drunk people sitting around singing. It was fun. It was a blast. All right. And that's why I didn't post shit. That's why, not that I didn't stream. That's why I didn't post anything. I got to not be in this mess. Social media has been one of the most amazing and incredibly connective tools for the entire world. And we cannot devalue what it does. We cannot devalue, and we will never get away from it. It is here until the power goes out, motherfuckers. We got to get used to it. But we need to remember our humanity, because technology is terrifying. Hashtag Ted Kaczynski talk coming, not today, but soon. Yes, Ted Kaczynski is dead. We'll be talking about some of that. And someone who warned about technology and the scary nature of it. And we've got a bunch of new warnings about technology. We have to remind ourselves what life is like when we're people and not numbers processed by Elon Musk or Jack or fucking Mark Zuckerberg's 7th AI neuroprocessor. And I encourage you to do that. It was great for me to do that. But with it came the realization of just how fucking cancerous this is. And how dark and grim social media gets, because we pretend, and I'm going to fucking say it, we all, self-included, pretend the world is a lot worse place than it is. And that came, and this is going to sound really weird. Trust me, the next thing I say, you're going to be like, this fucking retard doesn't know what he's talking about. Bear with me. It came crashing home on me the day Lady Rackets and I got back. The day we got back home, and I picked up my phone. She picked up her phone. We started talking to people again. And I know how this is going to sound, but stick with me. Trex messages us And Drex has messaged a couple times, but I hadn't responded. I didn't respond to anybody. Maybe one person. I don't remember. Like almost no one, if not no one. Respond to Drax. He's like, I'm sure you've heard the news. You've heard Drex and I talk about a dear friend of ours. Probably I think my oldest friend in Minnesota. The guy, I know Drex because of this guy. He's my brother. I don't have a brother. He's my brother. All right. I've known this man for 30 years. A little longer than Drex. We get home. He's like, I'm sure you've heard the news. I'm like, what? His stepdad, who's a guy I've known for, I guess, 25 years, was murdered. Just a couple days prior to us returning. It's in a third world country. It may have, I don't know the whole story, but there's possibly political motivations behind it. This is why I didn't have a movie night on Sunday, okay? For those who were like, I was coming home. The first thing I was going to do, Flashcast, movie night, this stream. That was the order. Sunday, I needed to go be with my brother. And I was reminded of this. And this is why this analogy is weird, because I'm talking about the world isn't as shit as you think it is. It's not, even though this is like the shittiest thing that can happen. So let's run with the narrative. From what I understand, there's political motivations here. And I've known this man forever, but I don't know what the politics of this person, like, I don't know how that's involved. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's related to this third world country. All right. And I had just spent 2 weeks meeting people, having the best time, forgetting about power struggles, forgetting about these fights over stacks, over status, over labels, over categorizations, over all of this shit. And to come back to that reminder that some people are so obsessed with power, with control over someone, that they will end life. They will take the ability for not only that person, but everyone they know to derive joy from that life for some petty ounce, some modicum. Again, I've known this man forever and had no idea of any, like, what political thing could even be involved. We're not talking like this is a president or some foreign ambassador or something. This is a guy. It's just a guy. And yet, for some scrap of power, some scrap of money or control or whatever it was, killed him, and not just him, other people who were there. And it just made me, it made me remember how important it is to not be that. And now I know, like, none of us are out murdering people. Wow, maybe. I don't know who's in the fucking audience. But it brought me back to this Sermon on the Mount, and I'm not here to proselytize. I don't give a fuck if you're a Christian. I don't care. But there's an interesting part of the Sermon on the Mount that's really important. Jesus says, you've heard, you shall not kill, you shall not murder. Let's be very clear, you shall not murder. But I tell you the truth, if you have ever thought of raising a hand to your brother, then you are the murderer. It's this bit of introspective self-judgment, not for judging other people, it's for judging you. And also letting you know that, like, your thoughts, your base responses, desires, frustrations, that manifestation of hatred is dangerous. That is dangerous. Now, the further message of the Christian faith would be, that's why you need God. You're so volatile that even your thoughts condemn you, and you need redemptive grace through Christ, right? Again, I'm not here to proselytize. That's just the continuation of the message. Oh, it's Pride Month, the message. So that's a continuation of the message. But that That first kernel is true for everybody. I don't think anybody on here is an actual legit murderer, but we all are murderers. We all have rage. We all have hatred and anger and darkness that will well up inside of us. And it may not come out with a knife, but it may come out with an excision from a community, from whatever. And it just brought me back to the necessity of remembering our humanity, our own vulnerability, and the fact that those little thoughts, left unchecked, left untamed, bring us into the ability to destroy other people, and then doing so destroy ourselves. And it was fucking unreal to like come to this comparison of social media and the ongoing barrage of hatred. I mean, just take 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You don't even need to. You can watch it in this chat. You can watch it on Twitter, Locals, where any social media. It takes no time at all. And you'll find the nastiest, ugliest shit. And I am absolutely participating in it, wallowing in it, swimming in it, not just treading water, gulping it down, right? You're swimming in a vat of whiskey. It feels fucking good sometimes to really let some motherfucking person have it, especially if it's a politician or some faceless corporation. Fuck them. But get back in tune with who you are, because we can get lost in this shit. And for me, that was a big sort of just a moment of aha. But my fucking goodness, the darkness of the world is present. And I would argue that it is most commonly manifest on social media. And over the past couple months, I've kind of talked about it a little bit here and there. And it's different aspects, different avenues, but social media pigeonholes us into an opinion. It's really good at it. We create bubbles. Those bubbles manifest our reality. And when I try to argue with people about it, they get fucking mad. They're like, no, it really is like this. You just don't know. You're not X. You're not doing Y. You're not in this place. But those bubbles aren't true. They can be true. We can make them true. We can put ourselves in places where they're true. This manosphere shit has been a big topic that I've been into lately. It's interesting to me. I don't think it's real at all. There are aspects of it, sure, that are. Of course, there's truth in all sorts of fictions. But we have made this world in our minds to be way worse. And when you go out and you're not in the middle of a conversation pulling up Twitter and getting mad again, do you realize that shit kind of like disappears? It goes away. And people aren't like that. And the world isn't like what we make it out to be. And this conflict is fucking manufactured. And it's wild, man. And maybe you will. I didn't see it. I couldn't see it without being unplugged. So that's my revelatory, gay, stupid fucking thoughts. And maybe you guys know all this and you're all wise and it's great. But unfortunately, I'm the fucking idiot that stumbled into a platform. So you have to hear me bitch about it and whine about it. And I'm going to stop doing that now, though. I'm going to stop doing that. There's not going to be a million shows on this. This is my discussion of it, and it's going to be done. We're going to get back into that social media bubble where the most important things in everybody's life is what's going on with Trump, what's going on with Pride Month, and what's going on with Call of Duty. Because even though I just argued that that's a fiction, and it is, it's also true. Which is weird, double-edged part of the world that we've built. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying that like, there's all an illusion and a construct, and if you just get past it, you'll be better. No, just saying, make sure you go to the other construct from time to time. Because you'll find out that all the shit that you think and you bitch about and you fight about and you argue with people and you're very sure of, it just doesn't come up in the other one. Both sides. It's true for both sides. If you're just touching grass all day, You're disconnected from politics, world events, why you should be voting in a certain way, why you should be protesting, why you should be talking about things, where your rights are going. You disconnect from all that forever. You just, I'm just living the life of drinking, having fun, partying with people. You're equally worthless to yourself, to your family, to society. You can't do that. As much as I would love to have the last 2 weeks kind of just persist in this calm, like cool place, chill vibes and good people, it's not reality, right? You got bills, if nothing else, but you've got governments, you've got corporations, you've got people who fuck with the lives of you and those you love. That reality still exists. So I'm saying balance it, be in touch with all of it. Take a moment from either one, because the world is simultaneously great and also shit. And being in tune with each one, we've found this cool way to like separate it all out. But the advantage of that is you get to choose where you are at any given moment. So that's that. Thanks for dealing with that. I know it's strange, but hey, man, it's how it goes. I'm always going to give you my opinion. Always going to give you my thoughts and experiences, and hope that you garner something from my rambling. Hammer Bro says, wonderful to see you back. Would love to see you do a collab with Salty Cracker. Any chance of that happening? Last time I asked, I basically got told, hey, thank you very much. Salty's, super appreciative, but not doing collabs. I'm open to it anytime. Seems like a cool dude. Stop the TED Talk. Shadow Dreamer, you're pushing me towards another 20 minutes. Do you want 20 more minutes? Do you want 20 more minutes? Or can you take that furry ball sack out of your fucking mouth, shove it up your butthole, and get with the fucking program? Huh, Shadow Dreamer? Can you do that, motherfucker? I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. Oh, my God. King Dude 1 says, Nick, the funniest thing is the con saying Cracker Barrel has fallen or Chick-fil-A has betrayed us. Con thinking the markets or cops are hierarchical order, social order is hilarious. Dude, conservatives are so fucking lost right now. It's kind of like, it's sad and funny to watch at the same time, because they're like, we're going to rise again and do it if we just keep doing the same thing that's been losing forever. I don't know the answer, but I'm pretty sure they don't fucking have it right now. Big Boop, super glad to see you back, but even more glad that you took the break. No one should be expected to work during their vacation. Also glad you didn't apologize. You don't owe anyone anything. Keep being awesome. We're excited to have you back. Pieces, deuces. Scott Davisak 91 says, dude, I missed having you in the evening. I'm really glad you're feeling refreshed. Taking time to recharge is essential. Yep, it is. Are you going to have Martin Shkreli on? I would love to. Lauren De Laguna has a contact with him, but I haven't really talked to anybody in 2 weeks. So working on it. I think the guy is fucking interesting, controversial, inspirational, all in equal measure. So I'd love to. Afix says, Ted K Talk coming up. Not this show, coming up. Okay. We're going to hit the YouTube chats. We're going to hit Rumble only. We'll be talking about all the shit I talked about before. Trump, Call of Duty, all the shit that I just was like telling you how great it was to get away from it. You cannot avoid the society you live in. You can't do it. So we're going to embrace it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to hit those topics, and then we'll wrap up the show, go to locals, have a good time, and then move to tomorrow. It'll be fantastic. Let's see. Ryan Acorn, you are both late and gay. Yes, true. And all of this spending time, your family, loved ones, and self-care is really harming our parasocial relationship. Intense sarcasm. It's not sarcasm. It's true. And I missed you. I really did. But I also needed to go away because, look, eventually you run out. Eventually you run out and your balls hurt. I had to get away. You gotta stop cooming. Let's see. Mario Kart 13. Under the sea. Should have known better. She's down where it's wetter due to economic disparity. God damn it. TR Greater X1, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Oh, wait, I forgot. No one cares about our struggles as men. No, they don't. And I went on a tirade about that on Flashcast, and I'll probably revisit that subject sometime soon. Not today. Not today. I can only get like super into philosophy and reality as I perceive it so often before people really get fucking pissed and tired, and that one's really important to me. So I want to hit it when people are with it. I want to do that. So we're going to talk about the mental health of men and the difference of men now versus even when I was growing up, why those differences matter, why they're valid. They're not invalid. Just because something's different doesn't mean it's wrong. But then what is masculinity? Redefining it, because men are not masculine. And I'm not just talking about like a feminization of men. Masculinity that we have historically experienced is disappearing, even from self-professed masculine men. It's really interesting to watch. It's not necessarily bad, not necessarily good. It just is. So what is it? Do we redefine masculinity? Do we come up with some new thing? It's going to be an interesting talk. Going to piss off a bunch of emasculine men. Not Sure says, I'm coming up on 3 years since I lost one of my longest and best friends at the hands of a violent gang. It often feels there's no peace in the world since then. Much love and peace to all. Not Sure. Peace to you, brother or sister. Sorry to hear about that. There is peace in the world. It's everywhere around us. It's just, you can have a million candles of peace, but the violence, the flamethrower, one flamethrower outshines it. Master Lions gifted 5 memberships. Thank you for that. The Hollow Wait says, I was accused of having white privilege tonight. Turns out I was the only person to have been homeless on the panel. We're more alike than we are different. Amen, brother. Jip V says, is it your lawyer or his firm representing Project Veritas against James O'Keefe? Are you allowed to talk about it? I believe it's Mark Randazza specifically. I don't know anything about it. I'll be looking into it. Yes, of course I'm allowed to talk about it. Mark can't stop me from talking about my own case, much less anyone else's. And for everybody who's mad at Mark Randazza about that, I don't know what to tell you. Lawyers they're mercenaries. I don't know what the case is about. I'm going to dig into it. I just haven't looked at it yet. Mark's the best person to represent me. If Veritas thought that he was the best person to represent them, I don't know what. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't prefer it. I think James O'Keefe is the correct party here. But hey, c'est la vie. That's the way lawyering sometimes fucking goes. So, that's the job. Also, it's a weird place to be. Pony Up says, did you see the Xbox showcase? No. What did you think of it? I didn't. Frederick Little, did you try any new alcohol while on vacation? Let me think. I did not drink my normal style. Normally I drink whiskey, but like when you're out just kind of having fun and chilling with people, like sitting down, having a nice broody glass of fiery whiskey, it can be okay, but I drink a lot more girly drinks, but it's mostly stuff I just like that I used to drink more, like vodka cranberry is great. Various frozen things, daiquiris and shit. I like those drinks too. They also, you can they're lower alcohol by volume, so you can drink a shitload of them like over an evening and not be trash, which is nice. Oh, I had a couple weird shots, so that was fun. But I mean, I don't think it was anything special. I had Tanqueray and tonic, but that was the first drink I ever had was a gin and tonic, so that wasn't much of an adventure. Kimberly Ashcraft, I'm so happy you're back. Glad to hear you had a great vacation with family. Missed you, but glad you avoided social media. Family is much more important. It is. Helena says, toss a coin to your Witcher. Xander Zrance says, since you've been gone, the only thing I had to watch was a guy reviewing a comic and another guy who can't handle criticism, or he was grifting. Miss you. Yeah, I'm staying out of that fucking shit. It is the fact that it's still going. It started on this show. I don't know if people remember, but the Dick Masterson, Eric July thing started on this show before my vacation and is still going on. And it is fucking embarrassing that it's still going. It is so gay. I mean, it's fitting because it's Pride Month, but it started before Pride Month and should have ended before Pride Month. It is so fucking gay. Before anybody draws anything from that, Dick has been my friend kind of since I started out on the internet, like publicity shit. And Eric July is fantastic. And I hope ISOM makes number 2 makes way more money than number 1. He's already on the road to $1 million in the first day. Fucking fantastic. I hope it's 4 million or more. I got nothing. You want to call me a fence sitter? Cool. If only I could make as much money as Tim Pool by not having an opinion. Solace Greer, will you be hanging out at around Anime Matsuri? Yes. I'm trying to get the details of that locked down. Things got really weird on the organizational side, and I'm working on it. Once it's all locked down, I'll have more announcements about it. But yes, I'm going to be there. Like, I'm already going. I have all my shit for it. Like, no matter what. So that'll happen. X says, can we get a toast to the death of Disney? How is Disney dead? Did I miss something? I mean, Disney still exists. Is ISOM good? I don't know. I never read it. Probably won't ever. I don't care if it's good. I hope it's super successful. If it's not good, I hope the next one's better. There you go. Oh, shit. Can we get a toast to the death of Disney? Fuck Disney. Walter Deadman says social media wasn't bad until it became your high school. Then it sucked. Kind of, yeah. I mean, that makes some sense. I think I'm following you. Mostly Gluten and Master Lions gifted memberships, 5 each. Thank you so much. Tara Rayner says, missed you. Hope you and the fam had a great time. Been on concussion protocol since my accident and have had to listen to old trials in the dark. Oh, people are wondering when I'm doing another trial. I have to refresh on the dates. There are 2 trials starting here in June, and I think at least one of them, if not both of them, are on the menu. Got to just double check with scheduling, but school's done. Kids' activities are done for the summertime. And I have stuff that keeps me home generally, but not busy during the day. So that's trials are on the menu, boys and ladies. And someone asked if like I would have Bronca on the next trial. Absolutely. Love that guy. Really bummed that he usually can't make the night shows. Really looking forward to chatting with him during the daytime, catching up while we watch some idiot go through the worst shit of his entire life. So yes, trials as soon as it's in the schedule and it's mildly interesting, we're having one. Should be this month. There's a couple starting up really soon. Hammer Bro. Oh, had no idea you already looked into the prospect of a stream with Salty. Figured it was worth a shot. I'd love to, if Salty's ever doing those public appearances or like wants to have me on a stream. Either way, I don't care where we are. I'd like to get to know the guy. Guy's got a huge following. People are very interested in what he has to say, which makes me interested in what he has to say. Stephen Ferguson says, small preview of Ted Kaczynski talk. No. Speedy the Unsilenced says, fired my realtor today because I'm tired of the bull crap. Giving up on looking for a house right now, along with a few other things. Only thing keeping me from completely dropping down into negativity is the gym right now. And sometimes that how it be, though. Am I black enough to say that? Yes. Sometimes that's how it is. You can't control the rest of the world. You can't control much, but you can improve yourself. You can take that improvement, the good feelings associated with it, the positive reinforcement of success, and make that your pursuit until things start to realign. Go get it, get better, get healthier. And we are getting off of YouTube right now. We are going over to Rumble. Rumble link is in the description on YouTube. I believe it's also in the pinned chat. Follow us. If you're not a person who follows on Rumble, I bid you adieu. If you just haven't been on Rumble in a while and you're like, last time wasn't so good, it's gotten way better. May not be your cup of tea yet. I don't know. Give it a shot. Check in on it every once in a while. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow there will be a stream at 11 p.m. Central, YouTube and Rumble. And then again, stay tuned for the announcements on trials because they're coming. And the trials, I think, will be broadcast on YouTube and Rumble with no breaks or no like switch over or anything like that. That's how I tend to do those. All right, guys, hit and Rumble. See you in just a minute. Peace. Peace.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen,